I like the idea of seeing hope in their eyes and then it fading very quickly as we go and destroy them.
All right, one by one, let's alienate this crew.
The hyperdrive is 100% busted from the grenade that was thrown into
Not
the
my
cockpit.
problem.
The friendship forged in murder. Strongest kind.
Or get in, we're gonna try to assert our dominance.
You shut up.
I don't think I will, but
Shut up,
I'm gonna
Andy.
stop talking because I want to stop talking, not because you told me to.
Keep telling yourself that.
He just has a big comically sized Acme magnet that is holding your direction. I don't really know what you look like without blood on you. Is that weird?
I'll float over next to Kiba and say, alright, before we do this, you got any emotional vulnerabilities you like to express?
No. Bunch of pansies.
That's a war crime.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to DN Digital's Starships and Scoundrels campaign. My name is Dave, and I'll be your game master. We're using the Star Wars 5e system to tell the story of a crew of a smuggling freighter known as the Mayday, set about a year after the fall of the Jedi Order. Each session is going to be going live on Wednesdays around 3 p.m. Pacific time, so make sure to subscribe, click that bell, do all those YouTube things, and tune back in next week for more action. With all that out of the way, let's get into it.
Last time on Starships and Scoundrels, the crew of the Mayday finally came face to face with Twi'lek Axfu. The rival gang leader attempted to escape from Cascadia after the DIYB gang had fought their way through his base. The crew chased the Zygerian onto his ship as the hangar doors screeched open. Dredd took over in the pilot's chair as Harry managed to grapple Fabla. He held his rival there to fulfill his promise, allowing one of his generals to strike the final blow.
The engines are still humming, but there are two very dead enemies inside the ship with you. Most of you very, very battered from the fights of the day.
Keepa's doing all right.
I said most of you, not all of you. Yeah, there's a very clear control panel where you can just slap it and the door will open back up.
Every single person on this ship needs the Maker in their life.
As the door begins to open, the ramp back down, you do hear a grinding noise from the particular hydraulic that was damaged. Just goes.
Wilbert is very specifically reminded of the Mayday.
There is something very familiar about this. I don't quite know why.
Oh man. I'll see if there's a PA on this thing.
Yeah, you can find access to a PA. It's not on the ship itself, but it's in the hangar, and you see a pretty clear little mic panel on the wall.
Okay, so there's not a PA from the ship.
Not from the ship going into the base itself, but there is like a little microphone over on the wall towards the north side.
I'll just try to shout over the engines then. Or get in, we're gonna try to assert our dominance.
Didn't we just do that with him?
To the rest of them.
I'm willing to. I just also need to know what we're doing and how fast can we get off of the station.
Oh, so we're just leaving your droid rebellion behind? I'm okay with
First
that.
things first, we got to get to our ship, which means we got to get to the hangar, which is controlled by Farblay's men. What do you think's gonna happen? They see his ship come into the hangar, and then we drag his dead body out into said hangar right in front of them.
Is there a way we could attach it to the front of the ship? That's even more of a statement.
No, I want
That's
the hope
a war crime.
to enter their eyes before it leaves them completely.
Umbrin, you know very well that you could find a way to strap this body to the front of the ship. What state it'll be in once you get to the other hangar, who knows, but you 100% could do that.
I know very well that we could strap the body to the front of this ship. It would make a hell of a statement. And as for war crimes, this whole war was a crime because we're gang members, so, we're kind of over the hill on that one.
You know what? It's Ares' kill. Well,
I say we let the lady decide.
It's Ares' rival, so I'll say we let Ares and his lady friend decide here.
I like the idea of his men thinking that he came out on top. So let's do that. I like the idea of seeing hope in their eyes and then it fading very quickly as we go and destroy them.
Okay,
I'm
so
starting
is
to
the
remember
plan
why I
to
left
fly
this
in
room.
with the body inside and then drag him out to the. Okay, cool.
Oh, dude, I want to do like a Texas Chainsaw kind of thing, but it will not happen. So don't you worry.
Maybe we should.
Ladies and gentlemen, your hero.
Oh, we are not heroes. Maybe we should get rid of the big lizard guy first, though. That's kind of stinky.
It is beginning to ooze out some like acid blood and starting to kind of burn some small like holes in the floor.
No, let's get it.
All right, I will
Oh, yeah,
try to.
let's get it off of this shit.
I will try to push it off the ship then.
Yeah, you can,
I'll
you
help.
can just kind of shove it off. No, easy enough. It's zero gravity, so.
All right, and I call Randy, Sandy, Mandy, and Handy to come on into the ship.
Handy? Handy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Handy. Yeah. No, he's very good with the.
Everyone's
He's good with the
favorite member
hammer and
of
saw.
the Deep in your gang.
He's the utilities
Handy,
manager.
Sandy, Mandy, and Handy. Goodness gracious.
He tries to tell me the H is silent, but I don't believe him.
Just
They
give me,
come.
give me the
They
flight
hear-
control so that I can have something else to focus on.
Where's Andy? What
They
happened to
hear
Andy?
Harry calling them in, and they just go flying in. Randy, Sandy, Mandy, Handy.
I really
Let me drive. Let me pilot the ship.
I really
Please,
wanted Handy to be
for the love
missing
of
a
the maker,
hand.
let me pilot.
Like that's
this
just like a
ship.
nickname.
I don't have long sleeves, so I can't pull out that joke, but you know. Handy. You're able to close the door behind you, R5. You're able to get in the seat. It's a fully functional ship. Do give me a quick piloting check just to kind of like check out the gear, like, you know, do the usual pre-flight check, like, okay, tapping the dials, like, good.
And it's a 28 total.
The sublight travel is 100% functional at this point. The control
Ooh,
of the
and that is all we
hyperdrive
need.
is 100% busted from the grenade that was thrown into
Not
the
my
cockpit.
problem.
Just letting you know the current functionality. So yeah, you are able to pilot it, taken back to the hangar that the Mayday is
How
in.
long does it take to get back to the hangar?
Maybe a couple minutes. Depends on how fast you want to fly.
Do I have time to approach Harry?
Yeah, you certainly could kind of weave your way through. It's very close quarters. There's no privacy in here, but you very much can.
I just walk up to Harry. You know, way I see it, this war's about done. And the other way I see it is this ship is your spoil of war, but you saw to it me and May's gonna need a ride. I'd appreciate it if maybe you left the ship to me after you go.
As much as I'd hate to see you go, it's yours.
Let's learn how to fly now.
I don't know how to fly, so good luck with that. Maybe
I think your wife knows how to fly. Just putting that out there.
this is a private conversation. Why are you here?
No, he was here the whole time.
Because we're literally standing in the middle of a room together, and neither of you are
You
even whispering.
shut up.
I don't think I will, but
Shut
I'm
up,
gonna
Andy.
stop talking because I want to stop talking, not because you told me to.
Shh. Keep
I'm
telling
gonna
yourself
approach
that.
Roos and let them finish their conversation first. But
Bruce moves into the corner to start brooding.
I know it's kind of
HoloNet
kinda-
search.
rough.
How to perform a self-memory wipe.
I'll help you out with that one later. He just has a big comically sized Acme magnet that is holding your direction.
Piana grabs your shoulders. He whispers like, "Not while he's flying. Wait till we've landed, then you can do it.
Right. Sorry, I forget.
Think it through.
Yeah, you know.
Think it through.
You're right. You're right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kill us all.
get these urges.
Yeah, sorry. I have prejudices.
Oh, that's quite something to openly admit.
Oh no, I'm very well aware of them. It's a process. I'm working on it. I think the first step they say is
Saying it out loud.
yeah. No, the first step is admitting it.
yeah.
Right. That's what the other group that I was in said.
She walks to go brood with Bruce.
All right, one by one, let's alienate this crew. Listen, Harry, I don't mean to take this moment of victory and sour it, but it's time for me to move on.
Could you stay a little bit longer? Does it have to be now?
I mean, the way I see it, we got to fix the hyperdrive on this ship, but as far as I know, the rest of you are leaving? It sounded like you weren't going to handle the droid rebellion, you're just going to take off.
I mean, I was planning to help the droids, but...
You were talking about selling them out to the tech union.
We were exploring our options. That's what any good business venture does.
Well, we still gotta go to the Techno Union.
It seems like a pretty clean break at this moment. We killed men together. The rest is just politics, in my opinion.
Like I said, it's yours to take. I'm not gonna stop you. I just want you to know that it's been great to have worked with you.
I just want you to know you're my best friend. The friendship forged in murder. Strongest kind.
It's the only kind I know.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
Well, we've known a couple other kinds, but, this one's strong. I left you something on the ship, though.
No, I mean... a lot of blood all over us is always the right call, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good right now, but I did leave you a little...
Oh, I'm not, but...
I don't really know what you look like without blood on you. Is that weird?
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
Probably not.
Yes.
You shut up and keep piloting.
Right, he's doing a good job.
You get less blood on you.
Impossible.
If there's anything I've learned on this trip, that you shoot when you have to. When you don't, you lie a bunch. I don't know if that's good advice or not. I thought I should say something.
Yeah, it sounded smart, so it's okay.
Nobody's ever said that about me before. I don't know why.
I think you're one of the smartest people I know. You're right there on par with Roos. And then Drod is a little bit under you.
I just look over my shoulder to Drod, who's like 2.5 feet away. Like,
Alright, now that I do take offense too.
I thought you weren't Drod. See, you're confusing.
I left you something on the Mayday. Maybe it'll help take the sting out of it.
Am I gonna have to look for it?
Pretty sure it'll find you.
He's just gonna go in for a hug.
Oh yeah, Umbran. He tries to match his hug strength, but it's just impossible. He just says no. He even has a robotic arm, and he just can't do it.
As Harry comes in for a big, nice, woolly embrace, the rest of you are able to kind of still see a little bit in the gaps through the cockpit window over R5's head. And you see that the ship is now beginning to swivel around to have a direct approach on the hangar. And R5, you begin flying everybody inside. You bring the ship in very gently, trying to fly nice and casual-like. And it and you do a nice soft, quick rotation and lower yourself down. And you see 8 kind of thuggish looking people beginning to float over with fully armed towards the ramp. You can see various people scattered around in different areas, towards the entrance to the hangar, towards the door leading inside the station itself, but just the group of 8 approaches, and they kind of wait around the outside of where the ramp would be.
Are there strategic positions where we could shoot out with some cover?
From inside of the ship? Not really. It's kind of just the ramp. It does have a turret mounted on the front of it, but this doesn't seem to really be meant as a dogfighting ship. It's much more of a combo freighter pleasure yacht.
I guess what I meant to say was, when the ramp is open, are there indentations in the walls or anything where we can tuck it? Thinking like the hallway on the Death Star's detention level.
Gotcha. No, at least on the ship itself, it's much more like the Falcon's ramp. It's just kind of a ramp with like some hydraulics. It's just at a steeper angle because the ship's a little taller. Like you could tuck in right at the top, but you basically will have just vision right down from the top. All right, so they're standing at, or floating at the ready, I should say.
I'll float over next to Kiba and say, alright, before we do this, you got any emotional vulnerabilities you like to express?
No. Bunch of pansies.
He cocks his blaster and says, that's why you're my favorite.
Oh, boy.
All right, so are you guys gonna drag the body over towards the ramp going down?
Yeah, Harry's gonna drag the body to the front.
Right.
Kind of like Mimic. I'm pretty sure my arms are a lot bigger than his. So he's just gonna mimic. He's gonna hold his wrist and kind of like have it kind of like victorious stance.
Just like marionette puppeting him. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you totally do. Yeah.
It's space
No,
brothers.
you can.
That's why you're my favorite.
All right.
I can't say you can't, so you can.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna tell whoever can open the door to open it.
Yeah, whoever wants to be closest can just slash the button. It's a... And, well, also accompanied with the... It's the one bad hydraulic scrapes its way open. And, yeah, it's open towards you, and you're kind of just, like, dangling him like a puppet in front of you.
Yay, we were victorious! Not. He just throws the body out in front of everybody.
You see the four thugs that approached all quickly put their hands towards their blasters that they have.
I'll give you an option, guys. You can join me, or you can just die. You choose.
All right, intimidation check at advantage.
Gee, I wonder where the advantage came from.
The puppeteering of the corpse, maybe? I don't know.
The callous throwing of their Dawson's
25.
body. Yeah, it nearly instantaneously. It's almost as if they weren't going to go at the ready. They were just going down and grabbing their blasters and just in a single motion throwing them away from their bodies. You see one of them kind of very much panics and starts like grabbing at crates and trying to fling himself back away from you, but the others are all just kind of hands up, surrendering.
Oh, like unlucky for him. Wait, is he trying to run away?
I mean, he's very much panicking. Yeah, he's trying to run
Okay.
away.
Unlucky for him, we have one model, no witnesses. And I'm gonna tell Handy, Mandy, Sandy, and Randy to to fire away.
Yeah, roll four attacks for them.
22 is the highest. The second is 12, which I'm pretty sure misses.
Just the 22 hits. Roll damage.
For 10.
Oh, that's actually enough. So the first three just go spraying everywhere, and the last one just hits this guy that's trying to float away right in the back of the head, and he just goes limp and just starts like ragdolling across, like his momentum continuing to carry him across the hangar.
All right. Nice of you guys join me. Now we gotta go help these droids for some reason. How?
We're helping droids, boss. The one who seemed the biggest of the three who didn't try to run. Helping droids?
Yeah, it's a whole thing that I had previously agreed with. Did you know Fabla's password to his, safe?
No.
Ah, shit. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out.
Why would he have told me his password?
I don't know. You seem very trustworthy. What's your name?
Jenkins.
It's a big, strong name right there. I'm gonna call you Shandy, though. Is that okay?
Whatever you say, boss.
I like you.
That's not your name. I don't care.
Thank you.
All right. I don't know. Piano, do you want Fabla's body?
No. Revenge
Okay.
was served. I could care less what's done with the body. He doesn't deserve a good burial, I'll tell you that much.
All right, just let him float. Somebody will come get him. All right, Shandy, we got a lot to talk about.
I like to run his pockets first.
Oh.
He's probably got
Sure, you can
something.
try to. Umbrin, you like zip over to. As soon as Fable's body starts kind of slowly drifting away, you start picking around. Give me an investigation check.
Smartest person he knows. It's a 7.
You would have expected him to have kind of more stuff on him, but he pretty much just has like oh crap, I need to flee the country kind of kit on himself. He's got like a fake ID in there, and he's got about 2,000 credits on his person.
I'll take that.
The fake ID very much so links to an image of his face with just a different name. But yeah, you get that plus 2,000 credits.
Definitely still gonna try and use it.
I'm gonna approach R5. Hey there.
Hey,
Hey, holding up?
at this point, the further away I can get from this station, the better.
Right, about that. Seems like you kinda stuck between two worlds here. I don't think this is gonna make it any easier, but I feel like you deserve to be the one to make this choice. He's gonna pull out the replica blaster and hold it out to R5.
Look, I want to help out 9 and the rest of them as much as I can, but they're not going to stop until they don't want to just live. They want to take over this whole station. They're getting in over their heads, and I feel like kind of a sucker for thinking they'd just be fine with what they had. Now it's possible to go up against Harry and his gang, which is a whole other issue.
So he's just gonna walk away.
And I'm sure as hell not helping the Union. I'd like to see them gone as much as anybody else, but I just got a bad feeling about what's gonna happen afterwards.
Seems to me you started something here. You took a situation that was somehow balanced and threw it into flux.
I mean, I barely did anything. I negotiated some help. I didn't think it would. I thought I could make a difference for the droids here. Now I just think there's just going to be more war, more blaster fire going all over the place.
Seems to me that the being, be they organic or droid, who brings this to the Techno Union, but they can make probably whatever deal they want. Especially given Fabler's out of the way.
You suggesting we take this to the Techno Union and use it as leverage to get them to buzz off?
Well, I don't know what I'm saying, but I know that if you want to try to do some right by your friends, that maybe there's some kind of alternative to violence that will solve the problem.
Does this group even know any alternatives to violence?
Brian, he nudges the blaster towards him again.
It's a gamble, but I mean...
Take it to 9-9, see what he thinks y'all can do with it. I don't know, maybe he's got a smarter plan, but certainly might make you seem a little more valuable. And as long as Harry doesn't know you have it, they have no reason to go to the Techno Union.
And worst case scenario, I get lit up by blaster fire, which at this point would be almost a blessing. I'll take it.
Hey, he willingly lets it go.
Alright, R5, you now have the replica blaster. Harry, were you wanting to take that one thug off somewhere else to talk?
He was just gonna basically tell him, he's gonna report to Disfat, and Disfat will give him more information about what should happen, and he's gonna look over to Drod and tell him, I guess, go check on the ship.
And
Yeah.
meanwhile, I'll try to binary goodbye my way over to the refinery.
Okay, so so R5 is able to slip away. Dredd, you see that the Mayday is sitting there as you left it.
He hugs it.
Big old bear hug around the leg. Harry, you get a report back from Disfat. The group that you had sent off carrying Ari and Kurther and Ari's wife have made it back around, back to the crater. Still, none of them have come to yet. Though Ari has started to kind of have some mumblings, but not really come to full consciousness. Shandy starts kind of spreading the word, and you start getting reports back that the various members, like the various areas where Fabla had set up the remainder of his forces, are kind of standing at the ready, waiting for you to tell them what to do. First, let's go with R5. R5, you get to the refinery. All seems normal as you approach from the outside. The airlock opens in front of you. It registers that you are a droid, so it doesn't even really bother with properly repressurizing inside of there. And it just opens up to let you through after the initial door closes, and a little change in pressure kind of gives you a little nudge into the refinery as a whole. And you do see that at least the light is on in the foreman's office up towards the top where Nines has been setting up his kind of base of operations. Do you want to head up there?
Yep.
All right. You kind of, your little jet boosters activate. You begin flying and kind of sailing quietly through the refinery. It's just open. You see that Nines is just jacked into a scomp link on like kind of the desk. And you can kind of see like the flicker behind the little sort of bug-eyed lenses that he has. As he's just kind of processing data at this point.
I'll wait until he acknowledges me. He's clearly busy.
Right. It takes a little bit before he acknowledges anything. You wait for a couple minutes, but then eventually
3 hours pass.
3 hours. No, it's a couple minutes, and then you see him slowly turn his head. He just kind of looks at you. R5, status report.
Favla's dead. His gang has either defected towards Harry's or have been killed. Wish I could have seen the work the droids did out there, but their impact was felt nonetheless.
So you say casualties were higher than calculated?
One less faction to worry about aboard the station, then.
What is your purpose for coming here, R5?
I brought some leverage against the Techno Union.
Explain.
I'll show them the blaster pistol, and they were looking for this in Favla's office. Some kind of relic.
Identify who?
Members of the crew that I was with.
For what purpose?
They were attempting to gain the trust of the Techno Union in order to surprise them should the time come.
Why do you bring this here?
Because we've lost enough troops already. If we can use this to convince the Techno Union to leave Cascadia, we may not need to lose any more. I understand that you want to take control of the entire station, but the Inuba gang does not operate with logic. If they see us as enemies, they're not going to listen to reason. They're not going to negotiate. They're going to crush and stomp and smash until the problem goes away, and we do not want to be that problem.
What kind of casualties did they suffer?
Which ones? The Inuba gang?
Inuba gang.
Not nearly as many as Favla's, and those that did were replenished by those who defected. We have what we have. We don't need to risk losing this too.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm good at those. Uh-oh.
Use a fate point.
Yes,
Use a
I
fate point
will.
before you roll.
I am absolutely using a fate point on this one.
Go for it.
Oh,
Was that that
Lord. Oh, maker guide my hand. Okay! That is a 19 on the dice.
Woo! Alright. You strangely see, not that there's much of an expression on the face, but the vivid green color of the optical lenses begin to kind of soften a little. They become a little less harsh with their glow.
When they took out Favla, they didn't just announce that the rest of his gang stand down. They drove his ship into the hangar, used him as a puppet to fool them, and then dumped his body unceremoniously off the ramp. That is the kind of gang that is in control of this station now. With this blaster, we can convince the Techno Union to leave.
What is your plan with the blaster?
We suggest it as a peace offering on the condition that they vacate the station and find somewhere else to set up shop. They've got a whole galaxy to work with. We have this. This is ours.
The odds of your plan seem unlikely to succeed. However, we are willing to allow you to attempt negotiations on our behalf. I expect the Inuba gang will stand and fulfill their end of the bargain should it come to blaster fire with the Techno Union.
I mean, if you give them an opportunity to get into a fight, I'm sure they wouldn't turn it down.
That is the agreement that was made. But if bloodshed may be avoided, that would be optimal for retaining strength within our ranks. I acknowledge this.
Perhaps we can suggest an alteration from the previous deal. This time, they're on the front lines, and we stand back to support if needed.
Do you have the authority to speak on behalf of the Inuba gang, or is this merely a plan which you are suggesting?
Suggestion.
Noted. You may bring them here, and we can negotiate.
These are not people who operate on logic or reason.
Do not lecture me, R5.
Not lecturing, just
Go back to your friends, as you call them. If you have further plans to illuminate me on about how you will approach the Techno Union and cause them to leave the station, I am open to hearing it. Otherwise, please proceed with your plan.
will do.
And he
I
turns
take
his
it
head back
my-
into the system and just his eyes begin flickering again as data is just being processed all throughout his.
So my security clear. Okay, never mind. Float out of
He is he goes back to being unresponsive. One check on its own is not getting you that clearance back, but you're making progress, I'll tell you that. So yeah, what do you want to do now?
Yeah, just return to the rest of the group.
So yeah, you're able to float back to the rest of the group.
I mean,
Drinks,
did
drinks. I'll have drinks.
Drinks.
You could go to Slip's bar right next to the crater.
we'll go to Slip's bar.
All right, R5, you get a message over the comms saying to meet at Slip's bar. So you are all able to meet there, unless if you have a different plan. Sam May will also plan on meeting you at Slip's bar.
The fan of the Alderani goodbye. He gets the message for Slip's bar. Red. That's it.
After Drod goes to check on the ship, Harry's gonna follow Drod and say, Hey Drod, Umbrin said he left me something. Do you think I'm supposed to check it now or later? He never specified when. I want to go check it now. Can you help me look?
I mean, usually you're supposed to wait until off day, but...
He never specified, so just help me real quick.
Alright, hang on, let me finish hugging this leg. And he squeezes the leg tenderly of the ship
Oh, so tenderly. Oh, so tenderly.
and lets it go. And just opens up the ramp.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about renaming it now, now that...
No, we keep it as the Mayday.
You're not even gonna hear my suggestions. Alright, fun.
Hell no. It's the only thing I have left of him now.
Yeah. So the two of you, as you're arguing over what the future name of the Mayday may or may not be, the lights don't turn on initially on the inside of the Mayday itself. You begin floating into the darkness. You see towards kind of the back of the ship, near the engine bay kind of area where you could access the internals, you hear a small servo noise begin to spin up, and some lights begin to glow out of the darkness. And there you have another thrilling session of Starships and Scoundrels. Remember to subscribe and tune back in next week to see what else may happen to the crew of the Mayday. If you don't want to wait quite that long, go ahead and check out the channel because we have tons of other videos about RPGs, board games, video games, movies, pretty much everything nerdy under the sun. Thanks as always for watching, and may the Force be with you.
You're supposed to check it in over a week because I'm out next week, but